second. There it is. All right, we're up.
Hey guys,
What is
live.
up, guys? We're running off a legitimate streaming rig tonight. Look at us go.
Merry New Year!
Many New Years! Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to Pints and Pistons. And
Here we go.
we are here. Hopefully this sounds good. Let us know. We're running off an actual legitimate streaming setup. You'll see a computer monitor in front of me. It's because we're actually using a computer and trying to do things the right way. Let's just take a look here at everything. It looks like we should be registering volume pretty well. Everybody should be able to see us, and we have everything open so we can interact with you guys. We are here, and it's a new year, and we're ready to rock.
Yes, so also tell us about lighting. I mean, it looks good for us. Just let us know what it looks like.
I literally brought my entire computer here.
Yeah.
So
This sounds fantastic.
All right. Well,
That's a
how's
great
the,
mic.
How's the lighting on the phone?
it's the Amazon choice
Good.
mic.
It is okay.
Oh, audio's perfect.
Perfect. All right.
Yes.
That's
All right.
great.
The $15 Amazon's choice mic.
Right.
So, anyway, welcome guys to Pints and Pistons. If you're new here, we do stuff with beer and we talk about cars.
And this is our first one of 2020.
It is.
What's up, La Famiglia?
So
Oh,
what-
hey, that is our friend that we met at Ninth State that does brewery stuff.
Right on.
and also
Thank
does
you.
some cooking stuff
Yes,
too.
does cooking too.
I
barbecue
remember
stuff.
him,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I think we've all been pretty good. I'm really digging that we have a legit streaming setup right now with how amazing the stream sounds and everything.
Right.
It's almost like we're kind of professional. Not really though.
Hey, whoa now, whoa.
Slow your roll, sir.
We're not
Whoa.
professional.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. And we, like I said, we talk about cars, we review beers, and lately we've been doing stuff live, and we have another one of those things happening.
Yes, on
Right.
26th.
The 26th of January. It's a Sunday. Every vehicle is welcome. It's $5 all you can eat for some of the most kick-ass food you'll ever have. It's bring your own beverages. There's going to be giveaways, prizes. We're doing burnouts, low car limbo. We're going to have music. The Clutch Shift Go is going to be there. We might be able to get some other special guests to show up too, but it's going to be fun. We had like 50-something cars at our first one. We're trying to get over 100 cars at this one.
We had a kick-ass burnout contest.
Oh my God,
it was
where the cops
amazing.
came twice.
The video is on our channel. It was a whole lot of fun. If anybody wants to come, it starts at noon on the 26th of January.
And
The
it'll
event
go
is on our
till-
Facebook
yeah,
page.
it'll
It
go
goes till
till
whenever.
dark, yeah.
If you go right in the description there, the link to our Facebook page is there. You can go there and check out the event. And the video of the event's also on our channel, of the previous one, so you guys can see what you're kind of in for coming to it. It's a lot of fun. It's really just a no-drama atmosphere. Everybody converging.
Hopefully the weather's better this time.
Yeah, hopefully the weather will be better this time, but it's just a good time. It's a drama-free environment. Everybody talks about cars. Everybody loves cars. We all have the similar, like-minded spirit there. So,
And it's
But-
just a basic get-together at a garage and hang out and do dumb shit with do hood rat shit with your hood rat friends.
You know, you talk about having all the kind of the same kind of mindset that we are. I saw a guy. His show was on, Velocity, which is now Motor Trend Channel and all that stuff. The guy's name is Steve Strope, and he runs the shop Pure Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's won SEMA awards and stuff like that. He's won the Ford Award. He's won the GM Award. I mean, the guy builds him and his shop builds some really cool cars. And I heard his description of it, and he says, there's car guys, and there's muscle car guys, and then there's American car guys, and then there's Ford guys, and then there's Mustang guys. He's like, I'm not that. I'm way out here.
Right.
That's kind of where we're at. We're
Yeah.
sort of
Oh
all
yeah.
over the map.
It's one of those. Us three own Mustangs, and besides my Focus, that is the first non-Mustang that I've owned. But
But you're not a Mustang.
I'm not
guy.
a Mustang. Like I'm a Mustang guy, but I'm not that Mustang guy. I am one of those where
you're a
I
Mustang
can
guy who will still nut over
Oh, I
something
can
else.
seriously be at a Mustang only car meet, and next thing I know, I see a 87 200 SX go by, and I'm like, what the hell? Or,
I
I
saw
see a
one on the way
Dacia
here.
Sandero on the internet. I'm like, it's a fucking Dacia Sandero!
I mean, hold on. I took a picture on the highway in Savannah because I saw a Dacia and I went, click. Good news!
Yes. So, I mean,
It's the Dacia.
By the way, Dacia's best manufacturer ever.
yeah,
I saw one on the way over
All right,
here
Captain
next
Slow.
to Burger Station. Talking 79-ish Porsche 911,
American car.
ivory white. That like bone ivory white that they did.
Mhm. Save the Whale Tails?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like,
It might be that one that used to go up to cruisers all the time that was for sale. Remember that one?
Yeah, Save the Whales on the back of it.
Yep.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it
but
literally
it's
had a
all-
Save the Whales old school
Whale
80s
tails.
sticker
Right
on
under
the
the
back.
whale tail of
Nice.
Said
the
Save the
Crazy.
Whales.
It was fantastic.
But yeah, no. So that's basically what we are. We're car people. We're automotive people. We're not necessarily car people. It can be trucks. It can be snowmobiles. It can be something. As long as it's
If it has an
If
engine,
it has an engine
we're
on
pretty
it,
much
basically.
down.
yeah. So we're just automotive people.
But
Not
the-
even automotive. If it's got an engine, dude, you
Yeah.
want to pull up some powerboat racing? I will watch powerboat racing with you.
yeah.
Dig it.
Sprint boats.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We-
The little jet powered boats
Oh,
that rotate
yes.
small. Those
Yeah.
things are
But-
incredible.
But still, that's what we are.
And the
That's
other thing-
Pints and
Drag
Pistons.
boats.
The other
Yeah.
thing we're about trying new beers. So
We need our new mugs. I'm locked in, so that is you, Mr.
That's fine.
Billy Chair.
We're also gonna have to take a picture. I'll have to get my phone, but we have something that I'm gonna bring out for our first drink that we're gonna show y'all. That was a really special gift from Wrench
Yes.
Monkeys Automotive,
So
who is
again,
the people who host
Wrench
us to
Monkeys
let us have our
Automotive
show
is
there.
is the place where we had our Pints and Pistons.
Where
live.
shenanigans
And
happen.
I work there
And-
on Saturdays. so if you
But
need
that
something
is
fixed.
also Wayne and his wife Allie are amazing. We've had Wayne on the show two or
Twice.
three times. Yeah,
Twice.
twice now.
Oh, they're incredible.
Amazing people. It's
Yeah, he filled
seriously
in
no
for me and
matter
filled in
what.
for Squirrely Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and when we went to get your Miata and that you said you were on the way, we got there at 11 o'clock. This motherfucker didn't show up till close to 2.
Well, I had to go
So-
wrangle a trailer.
Well,
and
but
wrangle
still,
a brother.
it was one of those where it was. I got there at 11 and I'm like, oh shit, he's not here yet. Sorry, Wayne, I'm just kind of hanging out. Next thing I know, I'm just hanging out with Wayne. I'm watching him do stuff. He's showing me what he's doing and that. I mean, he's that type of person to where it's, I'm not upset that you're hanging out in my shop. It's, hey, you want to know how this works? How this works? Look at me do this.
Fucking lootly.
Yeah.
You
So.
need some help, sir?
I gotta go grab
Those
some
are
beers.
those
still.
four. So, guys, we are so excited with this. And I am so excited with this. These are
And
amazing.
he didn't spell it with a Y. That's awesome.
Yes. And it doesn't say monopad.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
Main Street Brewing.
Yeah, apparently they screwed up my mug.
Yeah, they
You forgot
screwed
a
up.
glass, sir.
They,
I know, I need to
they
get one
screwed up
still.
his mug
Here,
at
if y'all
Pine
wanna-
Street, and it says It says Brian Monopad instead of pad.
Monopad.
Yeah, I might. If they'll make a new one,
They
I should
will.
say Brian One Leg and call it a day.
Yeah.
All right, first beer of the night, guys.
Circa
This was
1920.
my choosing.
Sorry, I'm finishing my mango cart, which we had on the show one time. That is fucking amazing, guys.
We
This
built the
one-
beer pyramid
Yeah, we
last
built a
night.
beer pyramid. That's what a thumbnail is. This mango cart is amazing. It's like drinking juice. It's only 4%, so you don't get too drunk off of it. It's a great summer beer. So that's what I'm finishing right now.
All right, for tonight's first beer, we got Darwin Brewing Company's circa 1926.
Well, here, hold on. Before we do that, let me show off the
Go ahead.
mug. So, guys, tell me if you can see
Whoa,
this.
boys.
This is our
Forewarning.
wonderful
Oh.
Snap-on.
We have a little bit of a delay between we actually see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I can switch over. You're
This
good.
is our wonderful
Okay.
Snap-on mug.
Yep, you can see it.
Right there.
Down a little bit.
Down.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah. And then this is the best thing, guys. It
They're
has our
personalized.
names
They
on
each
the
have
back
our
of them.
names on them.
This is one of the
Woohoo!
best things ever.
So
Wayne,
thank you, Wayne.
That
and
is awesome.
Thank you, Allie.
That's so good.
Yeah, thank you guys. This is amazing.
So, Chris, you gonna read off the back of the can or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry
I'm
about
gonna finish
that.
pouring first.
Yeah, it's foamy, or at least mine was.
So it don't matter how slow you pour it.
Okay, so it's
I'm
not
getting
just
it
me.
there. I'm getting it.
And then I got to snap a picture of our mugs.
Dude, I
promised
slow
would.
poured the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, I'm still over the
I
top.
got a good. I got
Yeah.
it right.
Oh, Mike had a spill. Yeah, I slow poured the hell out of mine.
Okay, so
Read
circa 1926.
slow so our heads can go down.
I can
It's a
already
tangerine wheat ale.
Uh-oh.
Florida tangerines.
I spelled a tiny bit. We're good.
Citra hops.
Wheat ale.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
No,
No, he doesn't have a
no,
problem with wheat
no,
ales.
no. But
Uh,
me with
Blue Moon is
me
wheat
with,
ale.
Yeah, me with Blue Moon. I have 2 Blue Moons and I want to fight somebody
Oh,
instantly.
Yeah, that's a Belgian wit. He's had Hefeweizens. He's had
Yeah.
beers.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Florida tangerine, citra hops, and coriander combined in this crisp American wheat ale. Not overly sweet or sugary. This is a balanced, warm weather beer, ideal for the beach or the boat. Perfect
it's
night
warm
for
today.
a warm weather beer because it's warm today.
It
in
is.
January.
Brewed for pork tacos, fish, ceviche, salad, seared chicken, and fresh fruit.
It smells amazing. I
And
can't
they
wait
even
for
have
that.
a food pairing on there.
I
Let me get a
I
shot
can't
of
wait to
can
pour
here.
the whole thing.
Where's this one out of? I know it's a Florida brewery. Does it say where it's from?
Hey,
Darwin Brewing Company.
no, hey,
Does
go
not
back.
say.
Go back to live really quick. The live thing. Turn it to your other way, a little bit more. Get closer to the camera.
Okay.
No, to the camera.
Okay, pan in.
There you
pan
go.
out.
There you go.
Now
There you
slightly
go.
turn it.
Bingo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We got it.
Which brewery? La Flamingo's asking. Which brewery was that again?
Darwin Brewing.
Darwin Brewing.
I don't think we've had anything from them before.
I don't recall. No, we have not.
Yeah, you should.
I've
if you
passed
can
this
bottle
like
up
8
some beer
times.
for us to review, we will definitely
Oh,
review
yes,
it for
yeah.
sure.
Give
Yes.
me an iPad and I can bring
Oh,
the beer
God,
list.
yes.
Yeah,
we will
yes.
absolutely do that for you.
I know you're local. Hell, we'd love to have you on the show while we're drinking it too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome to.
If you bring a 6-pack, you're welcome
Yeah,
on this show
yeah,
every
you're-
night.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Bradenton.
Oh yeah,
Bradenton,
this
Florida.
is out of Bradenton.
I gotta pee real quick.
But
and I'm
it's
still
one
going
that
down
I
here.
told him if he wants to bring some beer on for us to try, he's more than welcome.
More
to
than
be on
welcome
here.
anytime,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Like
we gotta
seriously,
wait for Squirrely Dan here.
that is one
Yeah.
of our things is we love getting to local breweries and even microbreweries. Whoever wants us to try their beer, even if it's something that's like experimental and you just
Right.
want to like a feedback before you tweak it or anything like that. Let us know. We'll try it. We'll give you our honest opinion of whether it needs more of this, more of that, what we think. I mean, I know Dan loves
And I-
IPAs. Me and Brian don't like IPAs, but we'll give
We'll
you
try it.
Yeah, we'll try it. No matter
Yeah.
what, we'll try it.
And we're not like professional beer tasters or
We're
anything like
normal
that.
beer
but
consumers.
at this point,
We're idiots who like cars and drink
well,
beer.
our palates have gotten a little more distinguished
Yes.
just because of the sheer volume of
what
beers
we've
that
had.
we've tried.
Yeah, it's one of those we have a Guinness and we're like, this shit sucks.
Right.
Although-
yeah, it doesn't
Whoa,
suck. No,
whoa,
it's not that
whoa.
it sucks. With the amount of darks we've had, it's one of those. It is the blandest
Well,
thing
yeah,
that we
because
can
I mean
have.
Guinness is mainstream, but hold on, I love.
Oh, I love Guinness
dude.
too, but it's one of those that Guinness for us
Guinness
is a palate
blonde
like
is
cleanser.
really
Yeah.
kind of.
That's actually, and Heckman had a good point about this. He says, Guinness is the way to reset your palate for
Yeah.
darks.
You have a couple Guinnesses, then you have another dark.
You sound like TV static when you do that.
Trying to get it down so I can pour the whole thing and so I actually taste some of it.
I haven't tasted it yet. Brian has.
I've only tasted foam.
No phone.
Yeah, no, I haven't tasted mine. Mine poured perfect. I
There we
spilled
go.
a little
Mine
Yeah.
poured
more,
good too.
Okay, anyway, before we go,
Yeah, I slow poured the shit out of mine,
I
and
did
it just
too. That's still gonna.
I want to get a good picture here. Hold on, I gotta get Chris's specific.
Here, I'm down at the bottom.
Here. Oh no, that was perfect, boys.
Beautiful.
All right.
Wayne, Allie,
Wayne,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Wrench
guys.
Monkey, thank you so much for this.
Those are beautiful mugs.
You don't know how much. So, are we gonna make it to where we're each responsible for our own mug to bring?
I'm taking mine home with me, but damn, this is a good fucking beer.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
oh,
tasty.
oh.
I like
Oh.
that.
This is
Oh.
this is
That's
this
good.
is an in the fridge
Oh.
all the time kind of beer.
Yes,
Not
it
over-
is.
It's not overpowering with orange.
Okay,
either,
where?
Right,
I got
ABC?
this at no, I didn't get this at ABC. I
Earth
got
Fair?
this at Earth
Don't you
Fair.
fuck Earth Fair.
No.
I gotta go to Earth Fair.
I'm 90% sure that ABC carries it though.
I
I've
didn't
never
s-
seen it
I
at
haven't
No.
seen
Neither
it.
have
Crystal River or Inverness. I've never
Yeah, I
seen it
haven't
there.
seen it at neither one of them.
I will gladly go up to Earth
But they
Fair
have-
because
you-
Earth
have-
Fair also has really good meat.
Have you
so.
noticed that ABC pulled down a lot of their beers?
I did notice that.
At
in
Inverness? Yeah, at Inverness.
The
They
Crystal
had
River one
holes.
did too.
No, they didn't.
No,
Well,
they're-
compared
well,
to
one
Inverness,
Inverness
Inverness
did.
also sort of spaced them out and moved some stuff around a little bit too.
when I went into Crystal River yesterday, and that's why I got the mango cart, because there was so much shit I've never seen before compared to ours in Inverness, that I'm like, I want that, but I'm not sure if someone's going to bring it for the show tomorrow. That's why I
Crisp.
got mango cart.
Refreshing.
Oh, it's fucking perfect.
It's got good flavor, but it's
Yeah.
not too.
Perfect.
It's not overbearing. It's not overpowerful.
It's not dried.
It's not. Yeah, and it's not a dry beer either.
No,
It's very.
no, this isn't, shit, what's that other, the Wakula one. This isn't Wakula.
No, it's got more tangerine to it.
This is
It's got
See,
more
no, I think
this
I
is
think
this
I
is
think Wakula has more tangerine to it.
Wakula to me has a lot more of the coriander.
Yeah,
And then you've
Wakula
got
doesn't
the,
have any tangerine in it.
And then the Funky Buddha
right.
Floridian
Oh, that's what I'm basing off.
has slightly fruity, almost a hint of banana going on with
Uh
it.
huh. And then the Lost Coast tangerine.
That was just straight
Straight
up.
tangerine.
That's
Tangerine.
straight
Oh,
up
straight up
tangerine. The
orange.
tangerine is very subtle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's pronounced.
There's a
La
little bit of
Familia.
La Familia. Sorry about
Sorry,
that.
that was my fault. I didn't know. Like it was.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
La Familia.
Well,
La
no,
Familia,
well, no.
and then Meatloaf.
There's a G in there. That's why I
He
didn't know
says
the T was
ABC
silent.
on 200 in Ocala is really good.
We'll have to go check that out sometime. Take a Pints and Pistons field trip if you
Right.
say. But oh, and thank you for letting us know the audio is clear. I'm so glad that everything's coming all nice
yeah,
and
that's
crisp.
good because this is the very first time of us even
Using this setup, yeah.
doing this setup. This is where Dan stepped up and was just like, "Yeah, I'm bringing my whole entire fucking computer," which I'm not responsible for. So the reason last time we had to do it off of Facebook
Yeah,
was because
and my computer's set up for streaming.
yeah,
so.
our laptop is so old it wasn't letting
It wasn't nice.
YouTube. Yeah.
And
This is a tasty beverage.
That is a really
There's
good
a
beer.
tasty beverage you got here.
Very happy with that
Hey,
beer.
where's Ange working? Is she at?
Yep, Publix.
It's 8:24.
I know.
All right. So,
I wasn't sure she was TJ Maxx.
are we
or
ready to
Publix.
move on to a topic?
Yeah, car things.
Car things?
Car
As long as
things.
I'm out of here by quarter till, we're good to go.
Carlos Ghosn.
Oh.
Carlos
that?
Ghosn, former CEO of Nissan and Renault.
Oh,
West
yep.
Japan.
Yep.
He escaped house arrest and fled back to Lebanon. And Interpol now has a red paper on him.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Not an international
boy.
arrest
I was
warrant.
reading
it's
about that the other day, dude. I was like,
Apparently-
what
apparently-
just happened?
Yeah, and apparently, I guess starting next week, old Carlos is going to start talking to the media something heavy. So
Oh.
should be interesting.
Should be.
Oh, that
Wow,
seems
listen to
fun.
that audio.
That's so
That's
good.
some great
The
audio.
audio is
Yeah.
We have a mic
Hell
for, our,
yeah.
for our shows now.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, so that's that. Besides that, there really hasn't been too much car. Ooh, car news out of Australia with the
Cletus.
Ranger.
They're going
Ranger?
to Coyote. Ford Australia is going to start putting Coyotes into Ranger Raptors.
Of course they are.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. Why would they?
We won't see them
Yeah, we won't see him. We won't
until
even see the
probably
Ranger.
2025, but
Yeah,
We
the
can't
next
even
generation
yeah.
Raptor.
We can't even get the pauper model. We can't get the poor man's model.
No.
Yeah, we can't even
No.
get a diesel fucking work truck.
Right.
nope.
Well, what was funny about that is when the Ranger dropped in North America or in the U.S. and Canada, someone at Ford let the configurator go live before they were supposed to, and
Whoops.
Ivalon Jalopnik built steel wheel, standard cab, long bed base trucks for like $17,000 and posted screen caps of them, and someone went forward, went, oh shit,
Yeah.
and pulled it, and then when it went live when it was supposed to, of course,
You know what the sad thing is? Do you know a fully loaded FX4 four-wheel drive Ranger? You know what the price tag is on one of those?
46,000.
50.
Try 62.
Yeah, you're buying a full-size truck.
Yeah.
62 grand, dude.
Well, and the
for
thing
a
is,
fully
a
loaded
Ranger ain't
fucking
a
FX4
Ranger,
Ranger,
ain't a
dude.
mini compact
Millennials
truck
are killing
anymore.
the car industry.
They're not.
But-
They're not a compact
Fuck.
truck anymore. They are. When you take a new Ranger and put
They're
it next
at
to
they're
a 90s
they are
Ranger,
as they are
Oh, yeah.
as
they're the
big.
same size as like your F-150.
Right.
They're basically the same size as early '90s Silverado.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that kind of follows suit.
Yeah,
with-
the
we
GMT
spoke
400
about it
trucks
one
are that
before,
big.
how newer cars are just starting to get bigger and bigger. That
Yeah.
kind of follows the same suit. Like, look
Yeah.
at a new Sentra.
Yeah, the Sentra is the size of what an old Altima
what an
used to
old
be.
Ultima used to be.
Friggin' Civic is bigger than an '80s Accord.
Yeah.
Or 80s and
like
90s
it's
Accord.
one of those like. I understand people.
America's
want
gotten
bigger,
fat.
Like, yeah, like.
Well,
I
Well, it's
don't-
also all the safety crap there that's mandated
Yeah.
to
It
put
is.
in them.
It's
yeah.
ridiculous, dude. I look at it now. I look at it because I love my Ultima. I had an Ultima for 6 years. I fell in love with that car. The KA power plant in that thing was phenomenal. The body started disintegrating on it. I remember one night driving.
Yours
home.
obviously didn't have a CVT.
No, absolutely not. It was 2000.
Yeah.
But
His sunroof went flying.
I was on my way home from work, coming down I-95, going from Palm Beach to Stewart. On my way home, it's like I rolled my windows down and said, "Wow, what a nice morning!" Think I'll pop open the sunroof. Woof. Thunk. There was a Porsche Cayenne behind me, dude. I went. I was looking in the rearview mirror. I immediately darted over because I swore that the glass smacked that Cayenne. I pulled over. Cayenne kept right on going. I was like, well, I have a new permanent hole in my roof now.
That happened to my sister's truck once. Her and I
Your
were
sunroof
driving
is
and
now a
fucking
convertible.
flew out.
Yeah.
Speaking of CVT though, my dad is at 192,000 on his Rogue now on the factory CVT. only been flushed once, and he just changed his spark plugs last weekend for the first time.
Can that man go play the lottery?
192.
That's just...
And the only problem with that Rogue is the master window switch fucks up with the back right window sometimes. That's the only problem with it. Everything else is perfect.
Wow.
And he's done tires, and Chris has done some of the work on
Yeah.
it. Tires and brakes and oil changes, and that's it. Actually, he takes all his shit to mobile.
Yeah, we've got.
You probably
I've
done an oil change on it
I've
before.
probably done it.
Yeah, the
What-
folks
what
at the
color
folks
is
It's
it?
a really dirty silver 14
yeah,
Rogue.
I guarantee I've done it.
That's my dad.
Yeah,
That thing's got a
that's
fuck.
great.
Yeah,
But it's well cared for.
Yeah,
and it's
he-
well maintained.
that's the thing. My dad does all his maintenance on it.
Yeah, my folks have a 2015.
I got a new car.
CVT that's it's working. I mean, it's an appliance. No problems, no faults, nothing. It's just a soul-sucking, joyless experience.
It's a
But
conveyance.
I got
That's
a
the
It's a
word I've been
conveyor
using.
belt.
It's a
conveyor belt.
conveyance.
Hey,
in the sense of it is an appliance for conveying you from one spot to another.
That's
Conveyance.
I got good news. Good news!
Good news,
News,
everyone.
everyone.
Will got a new car.
I did
He
get a
did
new
get a new
car.
well, ish.
New to me, anyway.
Yeah, new-ish.
1995 Nissan Maxima. It is a GLE, by the way, top of the line trim.
The last of the good-looking Maximas.
The last of the good looking. Think
And
Fast
I
and
looked at
Furious
it-
Maxima.
I
Think,
looked at it yesterday. It's not as bad as what he was saying it was. I was like, oh, this is like half of what Will was
And
describing.
it has the right motor in it.
it has,
Yes.
has VQ30 in it. Come to find out, I bought it, no spark. So my boss, Brian,
Two legs.
2 legs, Mobile One Express on 19. Come get your oil change there. Anyway, shameless plug. Sorry.
Next
There is,
racetrack.
we have no shame.
Yeah.
Point to your shirt.
109,000 miles on this car, which is nothing for a
Oh, yeah.
95.
Yeah.
And 2 legs, put snap-on fucking scanner on it. Crank position knock sensor, or crank position sensor. That's all that's wrong with it. So we got the part.
We tried to tell John that.
We did too.
So we got the part. I picked up the car for $300. I threw it. He wanted 5. I threw 3 at him. He said, "Okay."
And you got the part for $94.
And I got the part for $94. So we're looking at $394. Well, after registration and insurance, I'm looking at less than $500 to have a running driving car.
And
And
Go ahead,
every
sorry.
electronic thing works on that.
Everything works.
Even the
Even
beeping.
when you hold down the
global
unlock
control.
Yeah, when you hold the window control, when you hold down the unlock button
the
on
windows actually
on the
work.
key fob, the windows actually
the
roll down.
windows and does the sunroof.
The
flip
sunroof
over to
works.
open?
The headliner's intact. The car just needs a good cleaning. That's all it does. It's perfect.
More good news.
Good news.
Chris
You're
is,
actually gonna work on your RX-7.
no, Chris is gonna let me do painting stuff on his Miata,
So we're gonna do that as a project on the show.
and that will be on our channel. It will be featured
I want to
here.
help. I like sanding.
So
You're hired.
yeah,
I will pay you in beer.
I want
Sweet.
sand for beer.
I'm not gonna have to lift a finger for this, am I?
I'm bringing
This is
the
great.
I'm bringing the compressor and the
Brian
spray
gets
gun.
to
So.
supervise. Hey, if you want, if we can load up my compressor too, because I got that 30-gallon on wheels fucking.
That's what mine's a
compressor.
32 on
Well,
wheels.
if we need 2, let me know. We'll load it up somehow.
I got a
I'll-
little 150 gallon one.
And I got-
Hey,
my-
I'll load that up, and you don't have a 150 gallon.
Mine's
You got a
50.
15 gallon.
Well, no, that was- oh, that
My
was-
little one, you've seen it.
I was
don't know
telling
what
him
it
because
is.
I've
Never
sprayed
used it.
I've sprayed two or three cars in my gun, so we'll use.
Mhm.
I have a good spray gun. I
Well,
got sanders. I got all
Just
that
any,
shit. So.
mine, we can run 2 sanders at that shit because mine will run sanders. Mine
Well,
will run
and
a
you
spray
need
gun.
electric
Yeah,
sanders
sure.
too, man.
Yeah,
That's
but
what we.
still, it's one of those. I'll bring it too. We'll have double.
We got everything. We'll have
patterns
everything
going
we
on.
need to fucking
Yeah.
have and do it with. So yeah, more than down
All
for
I gotta
doing
do
that.
is plastic off the garage, and we'll be ready to go.
I love
Yep.
body work.
You'll definitely, depending on what types of paint you're spraying, you'll want to duct tape up your.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We'll plastic off.
And then
Everything.
The ceiling,
Don't
everything.
forget to duct tape up your inside door so that shit don't go inside.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so there's that. That'll be fun. But yeah, I have to. I'm actually going to be loading up the motor into my car and bringing it up to Wayne's shop. We're gonna see if we get the flywheel off, so I can finally get it
You mean
apart.
the one that girls can take off, but you can't?
I know the one video of that chick like lightly tapping it with a fucking like
That
mallet
was
and
a
it just falls
setup,
off, and I'm
dude.
like, that's fucked up, man.
That's a setup.
But yeah,
That shit
we're
was broke loose before
because
that.
and also I got that other truck that I got from him has got a full tubular race suspension and drop spindles on it, so I
That's
need
the
to.
one in the back, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna swap my truck. My truck's not gonna be 8-lug anymore. I'm gonna put the 5-lug axles on it.
I
A,
don't
because
blame ya.
it's easier to lower. B, it's easier to find wheels.
Yes.
And I have the whole suspension there. And I got to rip the gas tank off that because my truck needs a gas tank too, so I can actually move it again and it can run.
Is yours behind cab or is it?
No,
Yeah.
mine's behind the cab. My truck's old. Everything's easy to do, but it's just one of those things. Like it's got something.
No, it's a side tank.
Yeah.
Oh, it's side. I thought it was like behind the cab.
No, no, it's on
No,
the
no, no,
seat.
not inside the cab.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna do that because it's got nasty shit in there and it won't run with the nasty shit. So, and I don't want to pump any more nasty shit through the carburetor. Chris and I just fucking rebuilt.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah.
well, you were there for that too, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all rebuilt that. Yeah, I don't want to gum that thing up. We did a lot of work getting all the nasty shit out of that thing.
That was a massive fucking burnout though for 4th of July though.
Well, those tires are from 2002, so I hope they would burn well.
They just turned to powder.
Yeah, they did.
It took a lot of bleach, scrubbing, and pressure washing to get my driveway clean.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
the road is for.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's why my driveway still has "Here lies Brian's right leg," even after I pressure washed it.
Dude,
with
my
plastic
burnout
dip.
mark is still out there, and
Yeah,
it's
there's
been
still-
it's been almost a year. Matter of fact, what was it?
Like 2 weeks in a week, it'll be.
In a week, it'll be a year, and my
The
mark is
first
still
time
out
that
there
he
from the
came
Grand
home,
Marquis, dude.
Because
Well-
actually, it'll be in the next couple days because on my timeline from a year ago, it was when we
Yeah.
were pulling apart the top end of my motor and all
Yeah.
that, and then that's when you came up and you drove a giant dick across my forehead.
Shouldn't have fallen asleep with shoes on, sir. That's the golden rule.
And you wonder why I won't drink Fireball with you anymore. Because we killed a 1.75 liter bottle of Fireball
we
that night.
demolished
And
I mean, a big bottle of
died.
Fireball. Me and Mike
I
destroyed
died
it. He
on
was
the
dead.
couch. I died.
He
on
was
the couch.
dead.
If
I
you're
was
doing
good.
stupid shit like that in your own house, take your goddamn shoes off.
Now I know. Instantly, as soon as
He
we start
went. He
drinking,
turned
my
into a
shoes come
pumpkin
off.
around 1:30 in the morning. Me, I'm still. Let's do another shot. Mike's asleep. Well,
You also didn't get up until about 2 o'clock the next day.
I'm old. That's the downfalls to it.
We had breakfast and lunch, and I'm like, where the fuck's Will?
Dad, but I drew a wiener on your forehead.
Okay, we're digressing, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
quite a bit.
I was gonna do one small thing that I had mentioned, and because I thought it was kind of cool, but it's not like my style of music or anything. But there's this rapper named Travis Scott, and he just came out with this new album. They did a collaboration, whatever. It's called Jack Boys, but the album cover is Travis Scott in a yellow FD, and there's a Supra, a Mark IV Supra behind it, and then like a rally-looking, like older BMW 3 Series. And I watched a couple of the music videos. The music's not for me or anything, but it's about like hooning and everything, and it all features super sweet JDM cars. Like the cars they picked and everything was just really. Where do you see an album cover with a
So,
FD on the
it's-
front of it?
So it's basically like a lot of YouTube car videos. The music sucks. You just turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. And,
Pretty much.
yeah, because the videos
Very-
are really good. It's pretty awesome. They do a lot of cool stuff with some really neat cars, but the music's not for me. But I just thought it was really cool that they picked that
also,
of all
on
things.
that
Beer is
on that
really good.
point, I also
it
gotta
is.
add the new stuff from T-Pain, which
Yeah.
I gotta add
came out
because
as
on
a
the
drifter.
first season of The Masked Singer, T-Pain ended up winning. Without auto-tune, that motherfucker can sing.
And then he comes
He's
out-
got a great fucking voice. And the thing is on his newest out, like his, I don't know if it's his brand new album. It's been out for like a year or so.
while now.
But he's kind of cut down to auto-tune and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he bought an S14 drift car,
Yeah.
not knowing how to drive manual, and he learned to drive manual on that car.
Yeah.
And then he brought it out to the burn yard and was like telling him, like, listen, I just started to drive manual, and this is my car and that. And they got him to start, like, they're in the car with him, telling him what to do. By the end of it, he was fully drifting around that thing and that, not really knowing how to drive. Like, good for him.
All right.
Really good for him. And he does great. Like, in this one music video, it's him in that car and a bunch of cars drifting around a parking lot. Like, not just doing donuts, like, fully, like, drifting around obstacles and doing this, and he's standing in the middle. Like, it's really cool.
Oh, it is. And I just want to say quickly, thank you to everybody who's tuning in tonight. Thank you for the likes, guys.
Oh, yeah,
And
thank you, guys.
Thanks to everybody who's coming in. I'm so glad we're getting some more engagement here. And we have La Familia talking with us. And yeah, we talk with everybody. Comment whatever you want to comment.
Yes.
Thanks for dropping by and everything. And I just wanted to say that really quick. It's nice that we can actually kind of actively monitor this.
Yes,
now.
so I had one that when I was working at the side job doing CNC stuff, which I gotta say, I never, like, I've seen it on, like, you know, how it's made and all that stuff, but actually being in a shop that I take a bar of aluminum that's 20 feet long, cut it down to the size of this mug, and then we put it on one machine and cut it down to a form, and then I'm taking it from that machine, putting it on another machine, and then I take it from there and put it on another machine. And by
Isn't
the
it
time
cool?
I'm done, it's the size of this can. It weighs about the size of this can from a 4-pound chunk. Fucking awesome.
You know what my favorite part about doing all that is the smell of the machine oil.
Oh, yes.
That's my favorite thing
my
is when you
clothes
have
have
it on the
been-
lathe and the smell. I don't know what it is because I used to do CNC machining too when I did HVAC work.
Yeah.
I made pipes,
Yeah.
galvanized steel pipes and shit. That was my favorite thing was the fucking smell of it.
It is
I don't
amazing.
know why.
And so the person I was working for, he's been doing it for 20 plus years. And like when he was showing me everything, the amount of information that was told to me in just like a 2-hour period, I looked at
You
him.
realize
and-
how many calculations and
Oh,
measurements
oh,
go
I
into
looked
that.
At him, I'm like, I mean this in the best way I can. That whole conversation he had with me, I got maybe 2% of that. And he's like, I'm okay with that.
The
He's
rest
like,
of it,
at least you got
the rest of it, wait for it, went over his head.
Oh yeah. No, it's just one of those like
Hype.
I'm putting in these calculations to the computer, to the machine, and doing this and doing that, and then like I'm like,
Like,
you're
should I
gonna-
hit go?
yeah, and
should I
that's
do
the thing,
it?
Like I'm doing that, and I'm like, so hit go. We do our first set, and he's like, okay, you got it. I'm like, I think so, and so I do the next set myself.
You're
I'm
on
like,
your own.
all right, I'm gonna need help. I'm like, I got it set up. I did this. Do I press go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, press go. I'm like, I just want to make sure, like, I don't,
No, you-
because I know like, we're doing, 200 parts for somebody else that's ordering it. I don't want to fuck that up. So it's like, yes, and then we get it out, and I gotta, do all these measurements, and it's gotta be within, like, these hundreds of thousands of fucking millimeters, and it's like,
They're airplane parts.
yeah.
They have to
it's
be exactly within
the
spec.
thing,
Their
and-
margins are very small.
And the first day, I was nervous the whole fucking time. Second day, I got a rhythm down. I banged out parts. We finished that whole order that day, and I was fucking excited. The third day, I ended up I was working on the ends that would go on the camshafts of something, and I was doing all those. It was 16 at a time, and doing all that. I loved that machine I was working on because, yes, it was a 12-minute cycle, but there was so much to do in between it. I had to take them out. I had to flip them over, spray them off, even though it was fucking steel versus aluminum, and that shit is like razor blades. Yeah, I got stabbed so many fucking times. By the end of the day, I looked like a stuck pig, bleeding everywhere. Doing that, it was awesome, and having to measure everything. That day went by like that. And the best thing was I didn't have to get a call for cleaning up shit or puke on an overflowing toilet or anything. And I tell you what, if I could make a little bit more money doing that, I would leave my job now and go there.
All right, gentlemen, I have to go and
Yeah,
pick
gotta
up
pick
the
up the
warden.
wife.
All right.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
Have a good
Seeing
night,
ya.
sir.
Thank you
night.
for being on here.
Good stream.
Yep.
Get all that.
You might
I'll
well.
see you all later. Chris, you can move
Yeah, I'm
over.
gonna.
Oh boy.
That
Jesus,
way.
Will.
Fucking broke
Will,
it now.
what'd you do?
God damn it, Will.
God, bald-headed fat fuck.
Yep.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, but just doing that, like that experience, being able to realize, seeing something go from just a circle to an actual product and part, and holding it in my hand and holding the original part and going, we really did that much
Going from
work to
bar
it.
stock to a piece
Yes.
that goes on an engine.
That
Were they cam drives for Magnetos?
no.
Okay, because he was doing those for forgot which mags, but I think they were Bendix mags.
It might have
What-
the
what-
Yeah.
little circle hat
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
It might have been that.
Those
I
are
was doing.
Magneto drive.
Yeah, it was
Camshaft
fucking
ends.
awesome. It was amazing, and I gotta say, seeing something going from just a trunk to that.
What blows
So
my mind with
satisfying.
that, what, the part of that that really bent my mind, and I was like, wait, how do you even calculate that? He was telling me about, when you're cutting a part, you're putting pressure against that metal, and that metal is actually deflecting as
Yeah.
you're putting pressure against it. So you have to calculate
the
the
deflection
deflection
of it
as
versus
you're,
the tool going across
right.
it.
You actually have to calculate in the elasticity of the
Yeah.
metal when you're cutting this metal that's supposed to be, rock solid hard metal.
Yeah.
You're not
But
supposed
you're
to be
putting-
doing what you're doing to it.
You're putting so much pressure against it that it actually deflects and bends and molds around the cutting head. So you have to count. You have to
Well,
count
and that's
that
the
in.
thing. That's why we did the first run, and we had to take it out halfway through the stage to measure it to make sure, so that way we knew if we and during the one stage we actually had to add we had to add 0.0002 positive onto it because of the way it was deflecting. It made it go from 0.508 to 0.506, and that 0.506 was out of the range, so it had to be between 0.508 to 0.5010. That's the window that I fucking had on these parts, and every time I'm doing it, I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, that one. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I didn't fuck it up. Next one. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I didn't fuck it up. And I'm saying that out loud, and it's just like, trust me, you didn't fuck it up. And I'm like, still, I don't. I did it. I did it.
It's scary when you're thinking about it because
It
you're
is.
running 15 parts at a time.
That's the thing.
And
You fuck
each
up
one of them parts
you
is
15.
worth $150.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just in materials, you're talking
Yep.
about $150 each part. You fuck up a run of them, whew, that got expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Just turn it all into scrap metal.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And what happens in the scary part with that is what happens if that machine gets programmed wrong, and instead of it cutting the 500 thousandths that it was supposed to cut, it cuts 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Scrap metal.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you watch a 10-ton machine leap off the ground because
Yeah.
the inside of it just went. "Yarr!"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what he said.
There's
he's
videos
had that
on YouTube
he's
of
had that
CNC
happen
fails
before.
where the drill bit head or the cutting head with a drill bit in it, instead of it coming down on the part and going
And-
around it a little bit, it goes and you watch this whole head disappear inside the armature that it's riding in, and you're like,
That was expensive.
oh, that looked
Yeah.
expensive.
And he
Yes.
did say if something like that happens, it would be $30,000 to $50,000 instantly.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
to
why
replace the cutting heads on a machine
very
like that.
first part when it hit go, my finger was right on the instant stop button.
Yep.
Because if you start hearing a noise or you realize it's doing something, as soon as it starts to cut in, disable it, the whole machine shuts down instantly. And I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, okay. Whew. Oh god, 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 oh god. Okay, we're good. Oh, it flipped over. Oh god, oh god. Yeah, yeah. But it was so much fun, and I gotta say that is something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm so happy for having that experience.
Will.
Kia did a burnout.
The Kia did a burnout.
Weak.
The Kia's still trying to do a burnout.
Kia
So-
did a burnout. So I also have another thing
Oh,
that.
okay.
Well, no, that Ed
No, you're good.
that I was working with gave me, and he wanted me to talk about it. The amounts of automatic transmissions there are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many different styles of automatic transmissions. You got 2-speed power glides, you got 3 speeds, you got 3 speeds with overdrives, 4 speeds with, that are just 4 speeds, 4-speed overdrives, 5-speed, all that stuff.
Think of all the valve bodies.
The older,
then the dual-
the
dual
older
clutch.
transmissions that didn't come with overdrive, that gear vendors came out with an
add-on at the back.
add-on overdrive that bolted onto the back of the tail
Yeah, you
housing
had to
of the
hit a button.
transmission,
Send them that.
and you had to hit a button inside the car.
To activate it.
And then you've got CVT transmissions. You've got vacuum actuated, shift mechanisms
Yep.
IVT
versus
transmissions.
computer
now, too.
actuated transmissions versus
Dual
The
clutch,
dual
wet clutch,
dual
dry
clutch.
that are automatic / manual.
Oh yeah, manual
we
automatics.
get complaints about them all the time because the Soul Turbo
Mhm.
comes with a dual clutch sequential manual transmission. And we get people come in, my transmission's not shifting right. Okay, let's go for a drive. Nope, that's shifting perfectly. No, that doesn't feel right. That's shifting too harshly. Well, it's going to shift like that. Well, why?
Or why does it
'Cause
lurch when I take off?
Because you have a manual transmission. No, I don't. It's got an automatic stick right here. I understand that. It's a manual transmission that you don't have to shift.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I have to explain to them, no, it has a clutch, just like a manual car does. But
Or
the
clutch packs.
computer...
Yeah.
Actually, it has clutch packs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it's
and
a
they-
two-pack clutch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the computer is the one that's engaging it on
Right.
and off. But still,
Now,
The
Yeah.
actuator on those things, it's this big.
Now,
It's like
are-
this big around and this big.
Now, are those clutches wet or dry?
Dry.
Try.
There.
Yeah, that's what Ford's problem is with the DPS6.
And
and
will
when
I
we
will say
when we replace those transmissions, it's all in a unit. The clutch is part of that unit. We don't touch it. It just slots onto the engine. The flywheel on those engines is this big, like, almost looks like a chain sprocket,
really
but it's just molded out of the flywheel. And it's just this big, almost looks like a gear, but it's a spline drive, and it goes together and locks in, and that's how it drives. There's no bolts or anything that hold it together. It's just this big gear set that sets together and actuates or interfaces.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way those dual clutches work, it's like clutch packs for an automatic transmission, but there's two of them. There's one, and then there's another pack on the outside.
Okay.
One clutch runs even numbered gears. The other
Yep.
clutch runs the odd number gears. So
Huh.
when you run up through, you'll have like the outer clutch is engaging first gear. When you run up and you give the command to shift, or the ECU gives the
That
command
one
to
pops
shift,
in.
first clutch opens, gear change occurs, second clutch engages,
Oh.
and then when it shifts to third, and then when it shifts
so
to
it's
fourth,
just back and forth.
Yeah.
That's how you can shift so quickly with it, because it's not one clutch going in and
It's
out.
not-
The
it's
other,
not-
it's
it's not
ready to
like-
go every time.
It doesn't have to disengage and then
It's not-
re-engage
it's
to
not,
make the shift.
yeah,
the
exactly.
E36
Yeah, yeah.
M3 with BMW's SMG transmission, that was actually a 6-speed manual transmission with a computer and a pump that actuated the clutch and the
Mhm.
shift. You can actually convert that transmission to run full manual. Just change the shifter and a couple pieces in the bell housing and tune.
And I've seen them like that. I've seen cars like that, like pneumatic solenoids that just push it.
There's
It
a
works as the
giant
clutch
pump.
slave cylinder in the master
There's a
cylinder.
giant pump,
It's like an ABS pump almost.
Yeah.
but it's big. And it's like $4,000 to replace.
Uh-huh.
Well, take that pump away, take the transmission off. There's a couple things you drill into the bell housing, and you put basically the shift detents and everything in with the springs,
Mhm.
and then put standard shifter on it.
Really?
It
Well-
even uses the same clutch as the regular manual.
And you know what's neat about something along
You
those
just
lines?
have to program it out to tell the car that it's no longer an SMG.
Right.
And I know Chris found it really cool because he didn't know, and I didn't know too. But you know those the Fiat 1.4 multi-air turbo
Yeah.
engines. Did
That
you-
are in like the Renegades and that
And
shit.
the Fiat 500s and
Yeah.
shit, they only have one cam, but they're dual cam engines. Well, they're not dual cam engines, but they only have an intake cam. The exhaust side of the head is functioned as camless. It has oil-filled solenoids that open and close the valves.
It's a free valve engine.
It's a free
I
valve.
did not know that.
Neither did
Son
I.
of a
Yes,
bitch.
that system.
Because my buddy who works at Chrysler, Mopar, Fiat,
Yeah.
whatever now, he was telling me how they get it a lot of the time where those cars get towed in because they're not running, because if they're low on oil, it actually shuts down the solenoids, shut down the motor.
So you don't
So-
fuck it up.
Yeah, if you run low on oil, the motor won't run at all. It just goes into a safe mode, and that happens a lot, I guess. Because, and he was telling me why, and I went and looked into it, and I saw somebody I went taking it apart. Dude, it's so fucking cool. The whole way that thing works. That's actually a really awesome engineered
didn't
Well,
engine.
because that
know
was
that.
Koenigsegg,
Koenigsegg
Yeah.
developed that
the
system.
full free valve engine that uses no cams.
Right.
Yeah, that
Now, how to-
uses air and oil.
It's the same. It's just solenoids that just push the lifters.
Really?
Yep. Instead of a
So
cam,
that-
instead of a
that
cam,
was
instead of
like
a cam
mind-
load pushing the lifter, it's just a computer controlled.
Imagine a
solenoid
variable cam, not variable cam timing, but a variable cam. You can literally open the valve a little bit, or you can slam it open and hold it open, full open, as long as you want, and then slam it shut. It's a free valve. That valve can operate in any way it wants. You can make it a 2-valve engine or a 4-valve engine.
Oh, La
You
Familia,
can-
thank you for your email. We'll definitely get in touch with
Yes.
you. Thank you for hanging out with us. And yeah, we're gonna get together. And if you got beers to do, we're gonna do them. I'm
But
stoked
yeah, I mean,
for
you
that.
can.
Hey, yeah, we're 2 weeks out from our next one. We'll hit you up and we'll
Most
definitely
definitely.
hit you up. If you can pop up something in the next 2 weeks, we'll get you on here.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely. But
Yeah,
oh,
no,
free
those
valve.
free
And when
valve.
free
like
valve-
that's just
Well, the
that's
free valve
mind
engine,
blo-
the
that's
free valve
mind-blowing.
engine can run like a super mild daily driver normal production cam,
Yeah.
or rowdy as hell like a full on
See you later,
solid
buddy.
lifter, go nuts cam.
That's fucking
Well, and
that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
about
look
that.
up.
Yeah, this is-
look up. It's
been for a
Christian-
while.
Christian out of
Koenigsegg developed this back in like 2011, 2012.
yeah.
Yeah.
They started working on this, and they've been working on it ever since.
Mhm.
They developed a 3-cylinder engine that was making. It was a 3-cylinder, like 1.3 liter engine that was making 150, 160 horsepower and getting 60 miles to the gallon.
Naturally aspirated.
Shit.
Naturally
And,
aspirated.
You know, speaking of the free valve engines, is something I wanted to look into that I noticed actually came into effect a few months ago that I've been wanting to talk about, keep forgetting about. But Nissan, their variable compression
engine.
I want to see how that works. I want to read into that. And
I've seen it. Okay, basically the way this whole system works is you've got your crank with
Yeah.
your
Connecting rod.
connecting rods, but the connecting rods are actually riding on a lever, and the lever has an actuator at one side. Okay, so you've got the stroke is here, and the lever's here, the crank's here. So as the crank is turning, it's pushing that lever up and down. And if you hit the other side of that, it makes the crank into a fulcrum, and it lifts the stroke up higher. So instead of it being down here, it'll move it up.
Yeah,
and it goes up,
basically it
basically.
increases the length of the stroke.
okay.
But when you increase the length of the stroke up into the bore, you increase the compression.
Right, yeah. That's pretty cool.
Here, I'll
though.
pull up a video.
So it's
I,
like
I was wondering how the hell they worked and like, because I know that there was
so like you're
they
going
raised
like
compression.
8.5 to 1 to like 10.5 to 1.
Yeah, when you
11.5 to 1.
yeah,
you
but,
can really,
but something like that.
yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, thinking about that because
Because on a naturally aspirated engine, compression is free power.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that's what I was seeing. The Maxim of a variable compression turbo engine is that really had piqued my interest. Oh, okay. Wow, that's pretty fucking cool, actually.
Right?
I want to see the actual engine. I keep getting just like. Okay, so there you go.
I see. It's got the lever.
See,
that
here's
comes
your
up.
crank, and then everything's riding on this like lever system that can be actuated up and down.
That's
Uses
really
oil.
Okay, so, and
And
there,
it basically uses solenoids and oil pressure to do it.
Right.
oh, it's pretty much like a fucking balance shaft. Okay, it just rides on another. Oh, okay. And that can rotate the whole assembly up.
Right.
But it is Nissan. They're not even building cars right now.
Yeah, that is true.
They're not.
No, they
No.
told them to take the first few days of the year off because,
They haven't been selling.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nissan's in trouble.
Yeah, they have been for a minute now.
Well, you know what their problem has been? They've had the same problem since the early 2000s. Their interiors.
Well, that and the cars they're putting out aren't exciting people.
I mean that too.
And they've wedded themselves to CVT transmissions. We have one.
yeah.
Like you said, it's a conveyance, but the Ultima that we had before with the actual automatic. I mean, granted, I can't drive a manual anymore, but it had an actual transmission in it. I could manually shift that thing. I could have fun with it, and it would respond, and it would do gear things, and it would do transmission
They
things.
wouldn't
Well-
fake all these things.
But that's the thing. Okay, the new iCVVT that we've got in the Kias.
Yeah, that thing's totally different. That does feel like
Okay.
a tranny.
Well, when you put it in eco mode, it does CVT things. And forward thrust. Okay? But when you pop it over to sport mode, do you know what it does?
Yeah,
and-
the Ultima does the same thing.
Yeah,
When
it
you
revs
hammer
out
on
like it revs out like a regular trans,
No,
and
yeah.
it's got speeds you can select.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too. Is
You
like
can-
I've driven one. It doesn't do like because I know what you're thinking. Because my dad's Rogue does the same thing. This actually it must cut power or something for a second because it fully feels like you're shifting a trans. When you tell it to, it shifts and you feel the shift. It's not like just plain and vacant.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I know
it's-
exactly what you're
it's
talking
still
about.
programming, and the weaknesses are still there.
Yeah.
But like the Ultima, like I said, I mean, you pull that in Drive Sport and just hammer on it from a stop. It's beep, 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 beep,
I was gonna
beep,
say, have
beep,
you
beep.
ever counted them?
No, but it's like watching a goddamn Fast and Furious shift sequence.
Right.
I counted my dad's once from a dead stop to 50-ish miles an hour. It was 7.5. It was almost a half because it adjusted. So we'll call it 7 times. And I did it once to about 80 on the highway. It did it 9.
10 times.
No,
at least.
yeah, it was 10 times. It did it 10 times. I'm like, wait a minute.
Second beer.
Oh, what is these? Oh, some dogfish head.
All right, so wit beers were a thing
Oh,
tonight.
namaste. What? Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Hold on. Tell me, guys, if I can.
Oh, it looks foamy
So
too.
this is. Hold on. This is a
Hold on.
Namaste White, a Belgian-style wit beer. Tell me if I'm. getting
You're
it on-
perfect. No, you were right where you are. That's
You're
perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Our Belgian-style white ale, brewed with delicious dried orange flesh and peel, lemongrass, a bit of coriander, peppercorns, and a generous dose of good karma.
Can you see the
That's
whole
a
entire? Hey, can
very
you see the whole
light-
entire
Yeah, very
color?
light color.
Brian, can
Like,
you
this
see the
looks
whole
like
color?
water.
You're
pouring
perfect.
out of
You're
the can.
absolutely perfect. This can is camera friendly.
Like, that's just water pouring out of there.
yeah, it's simple.
That is very, very pale.
I mean, that's see-through right there, man.
Yeah, it is.
But
Let's give a sniff.
good
Oh,
smell to it.
yeah, we got some flavor happening
You
here.
can definitely get the orange peel.
Yeah,
in the
right off
scent.
rip, for sure.
I'm not having good luck pouring beers tonight.
No, you were not. I thought I would do bad with this one too because I did way worse than you in the first one.
Perfect. Hold on, let me hold this up to camera. Can you see that perfectly?
Probably more than perfectly. I'm not even on there. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Good
yeah.
shot.
Oh yeah. Paint over. What's the name on that thing? Paint over. Show that thing off. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's in like the Wrench Monkeys font. Like they must have their
I
own
know.
custom font.
I don't know.
This is fucking perfect.
Problem is, I think the font on Mikey's glass is too big.
Fuck you.
Ah.
It needs to be shorter.
Clink.
Clink.
God,
We
that's
forgot to
fucking
clink the
perfect.
first beer, so we gotta clink
Yeah, we
this
did.
one.
These things make a proper
All
clink
right,
too.
guys.
Oh, I scraped some of your head
Bottoms
off.
up.
Thank you.
Bottoms.
It's not bad.
Not too bad.
Oh, I like that.
It's a little.
It's a little
I like
plain.
that.
Little
Going in
plain.
again.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
going in.
Just it's kind of basic, but it's good.
No,
It's good.
I don't think it's basic.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I'm getting the flavors
Okay.
and everything, but the beer
Yeah,
itself, the
second-
It's
underlying,
just it's a washed out flavor, is what it
yeah,
is.
the,
Yeah,
the
se-
underlying
second
beer
sip-
just isn't that.
I got it more with my second sip, but yeah, it
Second
washes
sip,
away a little.
yeah.
That's one of those flavors I don't want to go away that quick. I want that one to hang around because
I
it's
don't
good.
feel bad with that.
I don't like
think
it, though. It's
I
good.
don't think it's as basic as what you guys are
Eh,
thinking.
You know what I'm thinking? What's our alcohol content?
That's what I was just gonna look at.
4.8. There you go.
Yeah, that's why.
There you go.
That's a big reason why.
Yep.
It's just a lower
Well,
lower
but
alcohol.
yeah,
It's-
but
no,
yeah,
it's
with
still
the
good,
mango cart, the mango cart is only
Yeah,
at
this-
4.0.
Well, this one's 5.2. The Darwin.
I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I don't know. I still like it though.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
good. Don't get me. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's bad. It's just.
Yeah, this was-
it doesn't have anything
Well,
real special
No,
about
yeah,
it.
this
is
was
all.
I guess it was under the seasonal shelf at ABC and Inverness, so I was like,
Yeah,
grab
it's
this
just-
one.
doesn't have anything real
it's
special
also
about
like
it.
The,
If you've
that
had a
punk rock
wit beer
ale.
before, you've had
you
this.
tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, like that punk rock ale from Swamp Head. I was hoping high things for it. Tried it. It's a good beer,
It
but
was
it's
like
just
the Centralia Lager from Marker 48.
Right.
it was beer.
The one
It
thing I
should-
can
if
say
you
about
coulda
this,
had it in
the
a can
orange
said
peel,
beer.
very, very good, strong orange peel
And a
flavor.
little bit of peppercorn on it.
And you
Yeah.
can smell it. It's got a really good aroma. To
Oh,
it.
it
Got a
definitely
great
does.
aroma. The orange peel is definitely on point.
Most certainly.
I can definitely
There's
taste
just
that
it's just
peppercorn. I
The,
can
underlying,
definitely
the
taste
underlying
that
beer
peppercorn.
is a bit softer.
right. It's just
Yeah.
a softer beer.
Yeah.
It's 10 ply, bud.
The,
Fucking-
Ten ply.
it's a little fucking
the
10 ply.
finish of it. You
I
fully
like
get
the
that,
finish.
You fully get the peppercorn on that.
I like
Because you
that.
get a
Yeah.
little bit of a spice.
It's good.
Yep.
But it's more of a. It's not just a straight coriander. That is a peppercorn
Yeah.
kind of just a. There I am. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
dig
I'm
it.
at.
So, we're in 2020. I wonder what things are going to come this year. And anybody who watches this in the future, I want you to comment, or even now, comment.
Well, 1995 R33s are now legal.
Yeah.
However, that means that the 2015 Falcon XR6 Ute that I want from Australia, I still have another 20 fucking years to go.
Well,
Thanks,
and
dicks.
I'm wondering too, with it being the whole 20, section of 2020 and all that shit, with everything that's going on, like, I think car manufacturers are going to probably take advantage of it being the whole 20 thing, because, and, like, you got Mazda's been doing shit with patents with rotaries, and
That one RX-8 has been around to
got our
knowing how many
Mustang
fucking times.
Mach-E and different things.
The
and-
Marky Mark and a Funky Bun.
I think it's going to be a really interesting year for everything. We got the Tesla Cybertruck coming and all that, and I think I hope it's going to be a really good year for cars. And the thing about Mazda is, I saw a picture and I saw an article, but I think it's faux. I think it's completely, totally fake. Chris tried to find it and he couldn't, and the picture I found I can't find anymore. But it said coming soon, and it said 2020, and the first 0 was a cutaway of a rotary. And it was an article, and it was saying, is Mazda teasing something? I read the whole article. The article's gone now, and I can't even find a picture anymore. But anyway, I really hope that this year is going to be a really awesome year for cars and car stuff.
All right, so I had an idea for a topic.
Yeah, and we need
And
to go into
I've been wanting to get into this one. And speaking of that, we're talking about the future of cars. I want to look at the past. Car shows, car media, car television.
Oh yeah.
Everything
It's
that
vastly changed over the past 10 years.
and how it has changed. Since the early '90s when I was a kid
Well,
growing
hell,
up.
not even since the 90s, since their mid 2010s.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
there's
you really
been the
think about
big
the last
revolution
decade,
with
yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
but
It is.
even before then, and
Waking up on Saturday morning, Sunday morning, watching
Power
Tra-
Block.
Yeah, Power Block. And it was watching that.
You
And,
young whippersnappers.
well, I know.
you
what
gotta
you're
understand, this
old
was
as
our
hell.
childhood.
Yeah.
This was,
So it was
It's-
watching. It was watching
I just
Stacey
remember-
Davis with trucks. It was watching like there was no muscle car that it was. You had Stacey David doing trucks. You had Horsepower TV where you had the black-haired guy plus the blonde-haired guy.
Chuck and Joe.
Yeah, Chuck
Yep.
and Joe, which Joe is now white-haired that can fucking be. But you had that, and it was pretty much just trucks and Horsepower TV.
And now it's
And then My
it's, you
Classic
get,
Car, which had moved on to everything, and
Yeah,
Dennis Gage
but-
meeting him.
Yeah, but
was
then
one of
now-
my
now-
childhood
now
heroes.
it's-
You
You
guys
get
are forgetting about Motor Week, man. Motor
Oh
Week's
yeah,
been
Motor
around
Week
forever.
has been this week on Motor Week exactly the same tone every single
John
week.
Davis.
of
His
Motor
looks have
Week.
changed slightly. He's plumped a little bit, but John Davis
It has
sounds
been
but
exactly like
And-
he does from the '80s. John Davis
Yes.
will never change.
And now in the
national,
year-
I'm just gonna say it. That dude's a national treasure.
now in the year
He is.
2020, you wake up and the first thing Saturday mornings you get an email on your phone that Cletus uploaded a new video
Yeah.
on YouTube or something like that.
And that's been a big
actually-
revolution. But even before then, you know what changed it was
Oh, I have a-
reality TV.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
and it's one of those
I-
where
because
True life.
Again, this is me throwing you a different perspective. I've got one word that can illustrate the change to automotive television.
we got a week to sell this car or our shop
Nope.
goes broke.
Nope. Speed Vision.
Oh god,
Yeah.
fucking Speed Vision.
The original Speed Vision.
Because you
Yeah.
had
Yep.
Speed Vision and then it went to Speed Network, and I gotta say,
It went from Speed Vision to Speed
now it's
Channel, and
Velocity, isn't it?
No, that just became
No.
part of Fox Sports.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's
yeah,
attached on there.
Speed Channel went out in 2012.
Yeah, Speed
And that
Channel.
left.
It just became
And-
part of
but-
Fox Sports.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Speed Channel with the not even necessarily like car show, but Pinks. I remember when Pinks came out, and I fucking love Pinks. That's where like the
Do
Street
you know what-
Outlaw guys
Hold on,
like,
do you know-
first started.
I
Like,
gotta
working
say
their teeth
something.
on there.
I gotta say something about this. I really hadn't thought of it until then. Do you know what the big revolution was? Do you know what the catalyst was? As far as in my generation and
Pit My Ride.
no, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Fast and the Furious was the first big mainstream, general public available, general public visible car thing that had ever happened.
Yeah.
As
Again,
far as in my generation.
Yeah, for you guys, but like I said, I mean, we had Smoking the Bandit and Cannonball Run, and yeah,
Right, and those were car guy movies, but they were. That was more, yeah, the
They
car
didn't
was
go into
there.
the car scene
Yeah,
per se.
yeah.
That much.
the first time we saw the car scene, the first time I saw the
first
car
Fast and the
scene,
Furious.
the first time I ever saw a tuned car where some guy's talking about all the mods that he had done, was when Brian Spillner drove up in the green Eclipse.
And I'm sitting there at 7 years old. I'm showing my age, and but I'm the same age as Dan, so it's one of those. Me and Dan are sitting there at 7, 8 years old, and
Yeah,
at that
Dan's grown up. You still look like a teenager.
at that point, it's I need to know everything and anything about all these cars. Like, there's a Lightning. The Lightning's hauling parts, and all
Right.
these cars are coming around it. And I'm like, what is this yellow card? And I found out that's an R33. What's this blue card? That's a Maxima. What's this red card? That's a S14.
Right.
Like, that's an Eclipse. That's a Supra. Oh, I
That's
know
an
the
FD.
Charger, but like knowing, and then just off the start line, you had the Integra, you had a Del Sol. Like, just going off of that, like, that got me in there, like, walking through, like, where we would go grocery shopping, me and my mom, like, just shut me up as, a kid. It was as soon as we walked in at our local grocery store, right when you walked in, you went past the Carden magazine area. I was able to pick out one magazine. She knew that it would cost $6 to $7 for a magazine, but I would get that magazine, I would jump my butt into the cart, and I would sit there and read that magazine for the whole 2 hours we were in a grocery store. Would not make a peep, would not make a fuss. I want this, I want that.
You were in your
As long as
magazine.
I got that magazine, I was happy. And I would just sit there and read all these articles about, this car doing this. I would get Lowrider. I would get, Honda magazines. No matter what, whatever caught my eye. And I actually, for a long time, had a subscription to Lowrider magazine.
I love
And
lowriders,
that
man.
and Mini Truck magazine.
Mini Truck
too.
and Magazine was
Oh,
one of my
yep.
favorites.
I have a
I wanted to
couple
build a
Mini
mini
Trucks.
truck so
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Oh, mini
So,
trucks.
but-
You know what? Like I said, I mean, I'm not into lowriders, but when you see those cars and you see not just the amount of work that goes into them, you see
The
the quality.
aesthetic-
You see
yeah.
the quality of the
The
work that goes
paint,
into
the
it.
interior, just the
It's,
chrome
you
finish
can't help but
everywhere.
look at it and go,
It might not be
Right.
my style, but holy shit, like you took a $4,000 Toyota pickup and made it to a bed dancer that, you put $60,000 into, but it's still only worth $20,000, but you look at it and you go, that's mine. And you know what? That's car guy thing 101. You might put so much money, like my 86, I've put $9,000 into it. I might get $3,000 out of it, but you know what? That's my fucking car. That is mine.
Right.
And it all comes from looking at those magazines, watching those, powertrain fucking TV shows, and watching them, take a small buck forward. And here's a budget build. We're spending $500. We're gonna make X amount of horsepower, and watching that. And now it gone from that to here's gas money. Next thing you know, Gas Monkey Garage, and then it's.
Well,
We
do you know
gotta
what
sell
started the
this
reality?
car in 5
Honestly,
days, or I lose the shop.
the formula for all of those came from fucking American Chopper.
I was about to
Oh,
say,
yeah.
all of those shows,
Yeah,
American Chopper
Choppers,
was
yeah.
Genesis for that.
but it's one of those where seriously, it's every new car thing like that. You have to have the over exaggerated. I'm grinding on a piece of metal, sparks flying in slow motion, and that if we don't finish this car in 24 hours, we're gonna lose the shop and everything in it.
Right.
And
And
it
that,
kept you on the edge of your seat.
What cracked me up
no,
with
it didn't. It kept me going. What the
here's
fuck's
what
wrong with you?
cracks
That's
me
bad
up.
business. That's bad business.
here's
If
what
your
cracks
business-
me up with okay, for example, Gas Monkey Garage.
Yeah.
Okay, watch the show closely, and when they're doing an episode about this car,
You'll see other ones.
you'll
in the back.
see the last episode car in the
Still
back,
in the
still
background.
halfway done.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of those things, and what was if you look at Chasing Classic Cars, or when Phantom Works was on,
Yeah. Oh, I
But
love
al-
those. Are two shows
and
that
also
I
Speed,
love.
and also Speed is the New Black,
Yeah.
and the one that was about Steve Strope's shops, Pure Vision, hand built cars or hand built
Yeah.
hot rods or something like that. Those are ones where you'll see they have several builds going on at
Yes.
the same time, and so basically, it's what they're doing is they're taking all of the footage they shoot over a 2-year period and
Right.
editing that down to make episodes about
Yeah.
each particular car.
Right.
And that's the thing with my classic car that I absolutely love. Wayne Carini is one of those guys. He's got way too much money to know what to do with, but he buys amazing cars, will pull them out of a field or whatnot, fix them up, whether
And-
he's fully restoring them or just getting them running, and then he gives them good homes. And he is not one
Some
of
go
those.
to auction,
he's-
some go to private sellers. Sometimes he buys a
Goes
car
to
because he knows
charity.
he can flip it
Yeah.
and make cash.
Right.
And other cars he buys, he's like, yeah, I like this one. It'll be in my collection for
Yeah.
a while, and then eventually
and
it'll go out of my
it's
collection.
also the things with
like
the when
not,
he buys
not
the
the
bubble
F40
cars.
Motorsports collection. It'll go into his personal collection
Right.
for a while, and he'll
But-
pull cars out of his personal collection, and those will go.
And I'm trying to think of who the guy is. One of you guys saw this episode because it was like the first or the second episode of this new show, and I can't remember the name of it. But the episode was this guy had a '67 Corvette convertible that he wanted restored for his wedding. He wanted to drive away from the wedding in this car, and he brings the car to the shop and goes, "Can you do this?" He goes, "Well, when's the wedding?" And he goes, "It's 8 months from now." And the guy laughs. He goes, "Guy, this ain't like reality TV. Reality TV's bullshit. Where they do the car in 3 weeks, that's bullshit. That's not how this works."
Almost sounds like a Phantom Works.
It
I
might
think
have
it was
might have
Phantom
been
I was gonna say
Phantom
that
Works.
definitely sounds something
That's
like
it.
Phantom
Because
Works.
because he
They're-
laughed at him and he's like, "That's
They're
not
right
what's
on
going to
the
happen." He
Cana-
goes,
they're right
"Well,
on the Canadian
well, how
border,
much would
right?
it cost to get the car done in that amount of time?" And he goes,
Like $90,000.
"I don't think you can afford it."
Yeah.
And they start talking about budget. And he goes, "Look, I could maybe get the car done that quickly for like 80,000. He goes,
Yeah.
well, can you do like 70? And he goes, I think we can do that. Give us a shot. And they got the car done, but it was right down to the wire, and they were talking about an 8-month build.
Yeah.
And I loved that because they were honest. They were
Yeah.
actually being upfront
That,
about
well,
it.
and see, but that actually seems like Phantom Works.
I think
because
that was
that's-
Phantom Works because that's the one they had.
They always had
In
the
Virginia.
date. Yeah,
They were
and
doing
they always
like
had the date
5
counter.
different projects
We're
going on at the same time.
and they also always have a day counter. So
Right.
it's like this is day,
Day-
200 on
yeah.
this car. It's
Right.
not a we're making it seem like this has only been 2 weeks. No, it's like this is day 85.
67 Mustang, day 285.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, 53 Buick, day 14. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
and that's the thing I love about that. But just really quick, bringing it back to like Wayne Carini, one of my favorite things about just him and his show is like anytime he gets like a bubble car, like the Izettas or
Any of the microcars,
Yeah,
the
any of
Messerschmitts or any
those.
of those, the Peels.
he buys them, and the reason is that he's not a collector of those cars. His one daughter absolutely loves those cars. His one daughter is severely autistic, and she's an adult and lives with them and that. But she
But he also
loves,
does. But he does a whole bunch of stuff for autism awareness
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
and he does so much for charity work for them, and that's one of the reasons why I love that man so much. But he will buy one of those cars just knowing that he will put his daughter like, "Hey, I got you your new car," and she sees it, and just the look on her face, the way
Pure
she lights
happiness.
up,
Pure happiness.
it's just pure happiness. And they go. She can't drive, so it's just he drives her around and all that, and he's got this whole collection of micro cars because she loves them so much, and he won't sell them because she loves them so much. And anything that she falls in love with, like of his cars that he buys and that, he will not sell.
Right.
And just that makes me go, this is not a reality TV car show. This is a true
Actually,
car
probably-
person's car show.
Some of the best TV programs I remember, and one of them was from Speed Vision, and it was Alan Academy who did Victory by Design. And I think you can find some of those up on YouTube, something there. He'll basically like pick one car, or two or three cars in a series, and then talk about those cars and the evolution of them. And the dude's like an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And also he drives them. Like
Yeah.
$15 million Ferrari, $20 million Ferrari, takes out and drives it.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yeah,
awesome.
well, it's kind of the same thing with going to the YouTube aspect of this, where nowadays we got more of that straight, just 90% of the car things are that reality set point of it, where you got the YouTube aspect where YouTube has taken over the actual car person media. So, I mean, Roadkill, yes, Roadkill started on YouTube,
Yep.
and yes, it did go to the
Motor
Motor
Trend.
Trend on demand. But I gotta say, they still, even though now they're in a
they're
higher
they're
production,
sponsored by Dodge, but they still have
but
production.
even that, they are still
it's still
car person
Freiberger
related.
and
It
Finnegan.
is still,
Right.
I'm buying a $200 car.
It's still this. It's still them
yeah,
just
it-
going.
It's still, I'm buying a
This is gonna go
$200
poorly.
car.
Yeah, it's
and
still
I'm
them
gonna
doing stupid hood rat shit.
I'm gonna
Right.
drive
Yeah.
that $200 car cross country. We might put $5,000 towards it on shit, but fuck it, we're taking this $200 car in Miami
Yeah,
and
but that
going
kind
to
of goes back
fucking
to it.
Los
you know,
Angeles.
That goes back to when I said, what was your favorite YouTube car? And for me, it was Blasphemy.
Oh, blasphemy!
And
That,
it's
that was
because,
the
like I said,
third
that
episode.
was when Roadkill was on YouTube, and they went and got this car, and it's Finnegan's car, and it was like his dream car because he wanted a '55 Chevy like the 2-lane blacktop car.
and he
And it
got
was
that up
when
in
they
Oregon.
and it was when they got it back. And they had the body on the chassis, and it's sitting outside. He's just sitting on the ground looking at it,
like literally, not in a chair, on the ground,
sitting on the
Indian
ground,
it's a car
style,
guy.
just looking at it, and it was
staring
like,
at
"It's
it,
my
and,
dream."
and he was smiling ear
It's
to
like,
ear.
it's like.
Like I've done with the Miata like 8 times.
I-
But it was
just-
like that's Finnegan's
my
car.
car.
And then watching, like I said, watching the evolution of Blasphemy as it did stuff on YouTube, and then when Roadkill went to Motor Trend and Finnegan just does Finnegan's Garage Channel,
which I
you
love
continue to
watching.
see the evolution of Blasphemy up until now the thing is like a record holder at Drag Week for its class, and it won its class this past year.
And every single time, even when it blows up, it'll blow up, and he'll be like, "Fuck, I blew it up," but he'll still have a huge smile on his face, going, "Best day of work ever!"
One of the best episodes of Roadkill was when they blew it up, at the Strip,
Yep.
and they're sitting there on a park bench.
Yep.
Rebuilding
the
the
Oh,
engine.
they actually live streamed several hours of that.
Yeah.
Of
Like
them
them sitting on a park bench next to the drag strip, rebuilding the engine out of the car.
And well, basically putting all of the stuff from Finnegan's engine onto the other block that they had got,
Right.
just to get the thing put together so they could take it to drag race at Roadkill Nights.
yeah.
Yeah. But that, and it goes from that to Cletus, the evolution of Cletus, and just
From
the,
putting duck calls in the exhaust
Well,
to mad skids in
hate-
Australia.
Yeah,
Right.
and, I mean, I hate him because he's younger than me and he's doing all this, but it's also mad props to him that he's younger than me and he's doing all this. Like, he's living my dream, and I give him all the support in the world because even though he's one of the biggest stars on YouTube, it still hasn't gone to his head.
He's
unlike
still just a guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
unlike some of the other car people on YouTube that it has gone to their heads and you know it.
Right.
You meet him and he is willing to meet every single person in a line and he will stay there until he has to go race to meet every single person, shake their hand, take a picture with them, hear their story about how much they love him and everything that he does, and he is smiling ear to ear going, without you, like he knows, without you,
All right.
I'm-
Weird flex, but all right.
without you, I'm nothing. You're awesome. Thank you so much for your
But
support.
also too, you've heard him. They refer to him as the tuning giraffe.
Uh-huh.
we see
he's a
him in
monster.
person.
Dude's tall. I mean,
Yeah,
you look.
he's a big old gumpy
The picture of
son.
him and Will.
I mean,
like,
No, we met him 2 years ago at the half mile
almost
shootout.
3 years now. At
When
Half
it
Mile
was
Shootout,
him, Dude in Blue,
Adam LZ, Super Speeder Rob,
the
guys from Canada with the Audi.
yeah, but also the Honda guys.
Oh, Boosted Boys.
Yeah,
they had
Boosted Boys
the
from there. That's when
mini.
they had the Odyssey.
They had the
Minivan.
Odyssey minivan there, running 150 miles an hour.
So we met
That was just
him
an absolute riot
While
to
there
watch.
was no crowd around him when he still had the old black diamond cargo trailer.
Yeah, when he
and
was
that.
basically running the single car trailer behind Buffy.
Yeah.
We met him and Cooper and that, and they were amazing.
I mean, they were busy working on the car
But they
because
were-
of what they were doing.
But they were willing to answer any
Yeah.
question we had. We're like, hey, what does this button do? And as he's working on the car, he stop and come over and go, well, this is for, the parachute, this is for that. That's my scrambler button that he just put in.
Because
that said
I
Bald
just said
Eagle.
Bald Eagles because I was watching the video. It just said Bald Eagle, but he never explained what Bald Eagle button was. So I asked him, I'm like, all right, what's the Bald Eagle switch? He's like, oh, that's the scrambled button. He's like, so I can
It goes
program
full
in.
boost.
He says I can program in an extra amount of boost. So if you're down track and you need to, you can.
Nice.
Like, sweet.
Let
But
the
yeah,
bald
but-
eagle scream.
But just that fact, like, even though he was working on a thing to where he was doing timed racing and all that, he was working on his car, trying to dial it in, just having the small crowd around him, we were all giving him plenty of room and all that. We
Right.
weren't trying to
It's
get
not
in
like-
the fucking car or
yeah.
anything like that. But we just a person would go, hey, what's up with this? And he'd stop and be like, oh, well, thanks for asking. So this does this, and he fully broke down like the
But the
whole
thing is, though,
entire
I mean,
build.
he is tall.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, when you look at the videos and you look at Cletus and then you look at like Cooper and James and all them, they don't seem like
Cooper
they're that
is
big.
his size.
Cooper's my size,
Yeah.
my height, or maybe an inch more. And James wasn't around back then, but I imagine James is easily the same size as Cooper is.
No,
So I mean,
James is taller than Cooper.
so I mean, those two, James and Cooper, they're actually pretty big dudes themselves.
they're
But,
like 6'2", 6'3".
yeah, I mean, like I said, Cooper's at least my height or an inch bigger. James is probably taller than that, but they are.
Cletus has to be at least 6'6", if not more.
He's a tall dude.
He's huge.
He is a tall dude. The tuning
So,
giraffe.
but just seeing that, and then also like going into the Dude in Blue, you watch his videos, he seems cool and all that. Meeting him in person, he was like the look of joy across his face that I wanted to know about his car. I wanted to know what interior he did to it, what you did with the driveline and that. Like the look on his face was actual surprise and oh, thanks for asking. Yes,
Yeah, but he drove that car from
Georgia.
from Savannah to
all the way there.
from Atlanta to down there to do that thing.
And when we asked
But
him
the thing
about
was-
stuff,
you see videos of Blue Jay-Z when he was building it and once it was first done and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, it looks good, but it's in a video. Ow, you see that car in person?
that
looks
is
kinda
the
good.
cleanest
Really.
S13 I've ever seen.
That thing is
And
ridiculously
it is
nice.
amazing. And he's just an amazing person that is a car guy like you and me.
Right.
Like you
But
see
it was
him,
funny,
you
he-
talk about his car or talk about anything going on like at the track, and he's telling us his favorite cars that he's seen go down the track, and that his personal best time. And I'm like, yeah, you hit that 160 point and all that. He lit up like crazy. He's like, you saw my 160? Like, yeah, I recorded it. He's like, thank you so much. If you want to send that to me, he's like, I'm so happy you saw that. Sabrina was fangirling like crazy because Sabrina thinks he's the cutest guy ever. So Sabrina was like, can I take a picture with you? And his girlfriend's standing off to the side, and his girlfriend's like, you can take a picture with him. And she actually took the picture
Yeah.
of Sabrina and him together.
Nice.
And he was just so
Yeah, but it
nice.
was funny
He
because,
asked us
like I said,
about our own cars.
He was asking us
and
about
what
our
we
cars and what
had.
we dig and stuff.
And
We were like,
Just
what we're saying and
that
everything.
was like.
But then
"Wait,
he was
you
like,
wanna
and
know what
finally he
I
actually,
drive?"
but it was funny because he stopped and he was like, sorry I'm talking so much. It's like, I'm used to just talking to a camera, not used to actually talking to other people.
And we're like, dude, you're good, but like, he fully asked us, so what do you drive? What's in your garage? And I told him how, I at that point I had just traded the 03 GT in for the ST. Told him I fucking loved it. He was telling me his stories about STs. He was asking about Sabrina's car. He was blown away with Sabrina's car. And then I told him about my project car, my 86. It was one of those, he was almost just as happy as I was to talk to him as he was to talk to me. He was excited to hear about my projects.
Yep.
And that just goes to the point of TV has gone away from the car person. They're just in it for the money. The YouTube people, some of them are in it for the money, but most of them are in it for hearing the fans.
Right.
And
I gotta say
I love that.
probably the best show that I ever saw on Velocity was one called Garage Dreams.
Oh, I fucking love that.
No dialogue.
Just every single person.
They would literally find like a dude, some here in America, some in Australia, some in England. Basically, sit in their shop, put a camera in front of the guy,
And let the dude talk about his
let
build.
the dude talk about his build, and ride around in the build with him.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and see the
no
stuff.
narrative, no
It was just-
dialogue. It was just
and
a
just-
guy talking about
but
his
with-
journey with that car.
Really bitchin' background music was always playing.
Right.
And the one episode that I remember they were talking
With
to a guy that was
Datsun.
Not
Yeah, well, the dude with the
was
Datsun.
But there was also a guy that they interviewed, and he's an automotive photographer, and he drives a '64 Corvair van as his photography vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the coolest line ever, and it's beautiful. And it goes back to my thing about people not driving cars. He kind of restored this van. It's not like a full show car. He basically mechanically restored it and everything else. And the outside is what it is, and the inside is what it is. But it's basically for him to transport all his camera gear and take pictures and do all the shit that he does with it, all across the country. And he's like, I've had people ask me, aren't you afraid to drive a 1964 van across the country? Well, that's what they did in 1964.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fucking bravo.
Yeah.
But it was that kind of thing, and it was basically there was no narrator, there was no host. It was just
That guy.
A camera
crew
with each person.
Right.
And each
just let 'em talk.
person described their entire story with nobody
it was just a
asking
30-minute
questions.
program.
Well, that's like VidLeaky on YouTube. Have you ever watched it?
Yep.
It's they plop a guy in a seat.
And they,
They
talk
give him
about
a-
a street
They go,
racing
okay,
experience
tell
or-
me something.
Yeah.
Tell me a funny story.
Yeah.
This
And they
is
go
when I
off
had
on
my
this- on
95
this
Mustang
tangent
back
about-
in 96, and this is the time I got pulled over by the
Right.
cops. And he goes to 30-minute story with that.
Right.
Or Tavares telling the story about delivering the Pimp My Ride van to Hoovie,
Uh-huh.
like the day before Tavares's Pimp My Ride to Hoovie van episode aired.
Yeah. But it's just one of those, like, guys, it's come down, and I'm looking at the camera for this, it's come down to the point, yes, we have some good shows on TV. We do. But 90% of them are...
On YouTube.
Our crap.
They're
are-
overproduced.
Yeah, they're overproduced. If you want good stuff, just go onto YouTube. Like, I'm not even talking about our show. And I'm not talking about like the big people on YouTube. Watch the big people on YouTube, but just start going off of the suggested videos. You will find some awesome people like Chris Fix.
and honestly,
and that,
it's,
that's how I found that, and just
it's
like
not
go
even
off
it's
of
not
that.
even about different shows. I have found out about cars and engines and shit that I never knew
Yeah.
existed because of YouTube.
Off YouTube.
Yeah.
David.
The
And
one
it's of
series
those you
that I
go-
just
you go
finished
off of-
watching.
you go off the suggestions and just go off of that and
yeah,
just,
without
just
YouTube,
ride with it.
Without YouTube, I'd have never seen the Beast of Turin.
No.
I'd have never seen the V16 BRM Formula
No.
1 car. I'd have never seen any of these things, and
The stuff you find on YouTube, like this one right here that I actually watched the whole series. He just posted part 7 like a week ago. It's a guy named Ronald Finger, and he's doing a Fiero that he got given to him by a family member. It was out in the field for 20 years. Okay? And he's just slowly but surely bringing this Fiero back to life. This past episode was the first time that he actually got to just go drive the car around because he finally got it roadworthy enough to just drive it. 7 episodes so far that are half an hour long. I watched every one of them just like, this is so interesting. I really like watching this because it's just a well done, this guy loves this car and he's going to rebuild
it's
it.
kind of like on Velocity Full Custom Garage.
But with a Fiero.
But Ian something, he just builds weird shit.
Just
and
a
it's
Fiero.
It's just him in his shop.
Yeah. Like, it's just a Fiero. It's not like some one-off car that he found or some super rare car that he found. It's a Fiero.
Yeah, but it's his
But
Fiero.
nobody cares about Fieros, but this guy does, and
Yeah.
he made a video series about it, and I love watching it. Just stuff like that. There was one series I watched. It was a Will It Start, where these guys found this old Ford pickup truck out in the woods.
I watch those constantly. I just
And
watched another.
They sit there. It's
semi-truck
3
one.
episodes of getting this Fiero or this old Ford pickup going, and the semi one you're talking about, like the old cab over.
Yeah, it was in
They're
Plant
local.
City. Yeah,
They're
in Plant
local.
City. Yeah.
Well, speaking of local, when
So
we get
hold
to
on,
it,
hold on.
my Bring a
just-
Trailer car is sort of local.
I just
I think
want
we're
to
ready for-
plug another YouTube, and
Well, I had one too.
he
so go ahead.
doesn't know I'm plugging this and all that. It's just another person that I subscribe to on Facebook, well on YouTube, and it's another one of those where he just gets random shit cars and he's been building them, and that Fuzzy Dice Projects, and that he's got a 1991 Firebird. He had. Hold on, let me. He got he's got a 91 Firebird, a 78 Firebird, a Jeep EP5. He's got a V8 swapped S10 that he did. That was the S10 Blazer, a 2-door one with the 4.3 in it. That he got from a junkyard that he ended up rebuilding in that. And it's seriously just a kid doing it out of his garage. It's no professional mechanic. It's everything. It's basically driveway work. Everything's done on jack stands in his garage or driveway. That's it. And I've seen some.
So it's Mighty Moms when they were in Marty's mom's driveway.
Pretty much. It's just so much stuff that I've watched like each episode over it, and he doesn't have that big of a subscriber following or stuff like that. But I love every time he puts out a video because he goes in depth on what he's doing and what him and his friends are doing to the car just to get it working.
Right.
Just to get it working. Like you're not doing a full overhaul, it's just I'm trying to get it working. And that's it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm so happy about that stuff.
One that I wanted to throw into, which I just sent to our little group chat here for us to
United
check
Garage.
out. No, it's a local one actually. You guys heard of Demon Motorsports, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you didn't know, he actually I talked to him every so often, and he was telling me one of his friends a while ago who's big into film producing and stuff wanted to start doing a YouTube channel. He's not that big. His name's Rob Stapleton.
Mm-hmm.
He does stuff with Ryan Lother from
Yeah.
Demon Motorsports all the time. And if you,
Oh yeah, that's
All his
Yeah,
that's
videos.
Demon Motorsports van right there.
if you guys haven't got to look, check out one of their videos.
I did.
Rob Stapleton does amazing camera work and studio work, and it makes Ryan Lother look like a fucking celebrity. And
Oh,
I
trust me,
Ryan's
hey.
awesome. Ryan, I know you follow Pints of Business. You come across
Hey.
this. I love you, Ryan. You're
I
awesome.
love
I'm so
Ryan.
glad what you guys
What
are
he
doing.
doesn't realize is many years ago, before he was in the shop he's at now, when he used to be next to the hydraulic shop. that's
Yeah,
right
I
across from
remember
there,
that.
That's when he did.
He rescued you.
Yes, he.
Yeah, he
rescued
did. He
me.
did work on a couple of my
And-
cars.
no, on my Cobra.
His 97
He
Cobra.
did- no 96 Cobra. He did the
pulled him out
clutch
of a
and
pickle.
flywheel and throwout bearing. But what happened was someone put the wrong size flywheel and clutch in that car, and I ordered the right clutch, but the clutch was 11 inches. The flywheel on there was 10.5 inches. He got me a 11-inch flywheel in a day. Didn't charge me extra for it. I just paid for the part. He paid for the overnight shipping of it. Finished everything up so that way I could have my car.
He's
the
another
next
of those
day.
people that's an amazing human being, and he could literally take a chunk of whatever you give him
Oh,
and
yeah.
make it into whatever you give him.
But it's also, I remember when he was doing work on the Hyper Silver car that was on Muscle Mustangs and Fast Fords, when I went to 25 different shops, and he did some of the work on that one. And I remember seeing that car while my car was in the shop.
what?
And yeah, he also did some of the work on Sudden Death too.
You know what?
I remember going into that shop one time to drop off parts for somebody, and I walk in and there's just built Fox body drag car,
Yep,
built Fox body drag. I'm just
that was before he fully got into the Volkswagen thing.
So,
And so the other
he's
day-
looking at all the custom
him
work.
and his
Look at it.
wife have always been Volkswagen
Well, but the
nuts.
thing is
Always.
the other day when he did that video with the 67 Camaro and all that
Yeah,
in the shop,
yeah.
I was standing out. I was on smoke break at Les's shop, standing watching them film that because Les's shop is here, his shop's
Yeah.
there. I
Yeah.
was watching him do
It's like
that.
catty corner across.
Yeah, I was watching him do that. I'm like, they're filming something. They're filming a YouTube video.
But anyway,
Like, hi guys.
I guess let's jump into our bring a trailer car. We're gonna go over a
Oh,
car.
Let's put it this way.
I already see what it is. You don't need to show me any more pictures. I got a price in
let's
mind.
put it this way. One of the things I was going to choose was a lifted Delica with a Crystal Light roof option.
why didn't
and-
you do that?
Because I saw this.
Yeah, but it's a lifted Delica. It's a Delica,
But
man.
it's a Honda
we did
Cit-
that at Sebring.
But it's a city
Yeah.
with a Motocompo.
Yeah. This is a
I was
city-
talking about one of these today. I was talking about these.
Oh, it's the white one too.
We were talking about
Oh
K
my
cars because I
God. Oh my
found
God,
an
look at the wheels. Hold
AutoZam
on,
for
hold on, go
sale
back
in
to the wheels.
Orlando.
Oh, go back
Guy
to the
wants
wheel-
14
no,
grand
wheels.
for this AutoZam AZ1.
You gotta see the wheels on this.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get to the
about the
wheels
right
in the
Hey.
description.
Ish right price.
Yeah.
It's a little overpriced.
Dan, they are full on Volk racing wheels.
No, they're something else. I think
I love little Honda Cities, man. I got so many Honda City Hot Wheels.
I've got 2 of them. I
I've
think.
got-
those are
6 of
Volk.
them.
Those are Volk racing wheels. Volk racing, right there.
Yeah.
Volk racing.
You wanna throw that up to the camera so the peeps out there can see when they watch this later on?
Well, you know what? That's one thing I could.
Can you
I
guys
could-
see it?
Yeah, ish. The thing is, I could pull pictures up. That's what I need to do with this. I could pull pictures of that up. That's actually really good, though. What you're doing.
Perfect.
So what we have here is a 1984 Honda City Turbo 2 with a Motocompo scooter, located in Jacksonville.
Here. Dan,
Jacksonville.
Yeah, located in
Look
Jacksonville.
at the wheels.
5-speed
Look at
manual.
the wheels.
Imported in July 2018. White over blue and beige. 14-inch Volk Racing turbofan wheels. Replacement body decals. AC. In-dash beverage cooler.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Hold on 1 second.
Such neat little cars.
I am.
The fact
Yeah.
that it has 14-inch Volk
Volk
racing
Racing
wheels.
Artisan Spirit wheels. Power comes from 1.2 liter inline 4 paired with a 5-speed manual transaxle, and recent maintenance is said to have consisted of dyno tuning as well as new spark plugs and fresh fluids.
Dyno tune. I wonder how much horsepower that thing made.
Also has the Motocompo was refreshed with new paint and decals as well as an overhauled carburetor, new battery, tires, and a fuel system cleaning. And obviously it has Florida title.
What do we got? Okay,
Close my eyes.
Yeah, you're good. I'm trying to cover. It's a past due one, right?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
well, yeah, you're still going to see the price because it has listed. This one actually
No, I'm
did
not.
sell.
Don't worry.
Alright, my eyes are closed.
We won't. Don't worry. This probably looks really funny on the live stream right now, but as soon as I pull up the pictures, it will not show the price. Perfect. Okay, now this should be. If somebody wants to check our stream, there should be a big ass picture of this on our stream right now.
I'll jump, check it.
So I'll show the stream the pictures. One of the beautiful things about this program, there should be a huge picture of this right now. If anything, I'll make it a
See
little.
how it's coming. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Perfect. All right, so that's the car in question right now. We're talking about. I'm going to cycle through the pictures for you
With
guys.
the Moto Compo scooper.
Give us whatever. Give us all the
Look, we
details
almost
on
look
it.
like professional streamers. We have pictures coming up with our stream.
What the hell?
Stop
anyway,
this,
it's showing-
Daniel. You're making us look good.
Anyway, it says it's showing 30,000 kilometers, air care, 19,000 miles.
Look at the
total,
wheels.
total mileage unknown.
Oh wow!
5-speed manual, 49cc Moto Compo.
Oh wait, hold on. Is it doing it?
Hey,
Hold on. Look at it go!
Yes, I dig it. The Moto Compo riding out.
What sells it for me is the
That
in-dash-
right there. That right there.
what sells it for me though is the in-dash beverage cooler, and of course the yellow fogs.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Well, I want to get to the interior.
Look at those wheels.
Oh man, 16.7. No, that might be over.
No, that's too low. I was thinking 19.
I'm saying 16.7.
21.5.
Look at that thing.
The condition,
Let's get to the
19.
interior
21.5.
for our viewers.
21.5.
Let's try to find the interior.
It's a lot of pictures.
It is.
Now the seats have got some serious discoloration. Oh, that's a little hard.
Oh, digital
Well,
dash
might,
though.
that might just be the texture of the seats where vacuums run across it and move the fibers different.
21.5. That's what I'm doing.
16.7. Ah, look at that thing,
19.
man.
Oh, hey, go back, go back.
All right, so we
Back.
got.
That's the in-dash beverage cooler.
Yep. All right, so we got
21.5.
21.5,
16.7.
16.7, and 19.
He's even got a drink in there.
24 grand.
Wow! Back up here. 24,000. Even got a video too.
Couple of videos.
Nippon Imports.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
look at those wheels.
like I said, there was a Delica, but this thing here with Moto Compo was just too friggin' cool.
That's dope, man.
I want to see what this looks like on the stream.
Should be picture in picture, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's picture in picture.
Taking a
A
cassette.
Yeah!
That's a clear cassette with a chromium dioxide tape instead
And
of
the,
the ferrous oxide
and the
tape.
best part is I have the audio muted, so if there's anything, it won't copyright us.
Right.
Oh, check that out.
That is cool. My phone doesn't auto rotate.
Damn, it's like we know what the fuck we're doing. How'd that happen?
We gotta stop this. We can't do this again. This makes us look really professional, and
Hell yeah,
That's-
man.
that's-
yeah,
not
we're
okay.
setting way too high a standard here.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry.
guys, that was
that's cool though.
like, fuck.
So yeah.
Thanks,
24
guys.
grand.
Yeah, thanks,
So, yeah,
guys,
like
so
I said,
much.
so-
I won one, actually.
So yeah, that's
So
I
yeah,
guess
I think
that's
that's
the end here.
It'll just be hard to top that car for the rest of the year.
Pretty much.
So, well, I
No,
got...
you'll top it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I'll find
it's the
something.
first episode of the year, dude.
Yeah,
you
but
can't peak that early.
Yeah, but I started off with a City Turbo 2 with a Moto Compo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, we are looking forward to La Familia.
Yes, definitely.
Bringing stuff.
Oh,
onto
and
the
Cracker
show.
Jack Grease Monkey just said pints.
Pintception.
Pineception.
Like Inception.
Oh yeah, because for a second there it was a screen
It
and
was-
screen and screen and
Yeah.
screen.
It was like
It was
like
Pineception.
opposing
It was a
mirrors.
screen
What?
inside a screen inside a screen, man.
No, it was opposing mirror reflections.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, we'll have more cool shit and effects and stuff because I think it's not too terrible loading my computer and bringing it. So I think we'll keep bringing my computer. We'll try to set up some more cool shit with the streaming
Or if any of
software.
us get off our ass and gets a new laptop at any time, we can load this stuff on
We
the
could-
laptop.
yeah, we
I,
could do
I
this.
just couldn't get it that quickly.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
could put the same program and do all that cool shit. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please, if you like us, drop a subscribe. We're going to do a giveaway again because we've done one before. Not sure when.
We're almost to 150 subscribers.
We got over
Last-
500 on
Hey,
fucking Facebook.
Last time I looked,
I just
we were
noticed
at
something. We got two different
148.
glasses going on.
Yes,
What?
more
Look at
on
the
that.
handles.
Yeah, more on that in a little while. But
Where?
the handles are slightly different.
Yes,
Oh.
they are.
But anyway,
The rest of them, hey,
It-
they hold beer and
if
they have
you
a ranch on
guys
them. That's awesome.
like what you see, thank you so much. Drop a like, drop a sub. We'll always be back for more. There's
2 weeks
links
from
to all
now.
our shit.
And
Check
once
us out
again,
on Facebook.
Wayne, Allie,
Yes.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys so
guys.
much.
these are
Thank you,
awesome.
guys.
These are fantastic.
Also, January 26th.
6th. It's on our
January
Facebook.
26th.
Make sure
Look
you
at
look.
Our Facebook. Come out to our event. I promise you will have a fun ass time.
Definitely. But anyway, thanks guys.
See you guys later.
Cheers. Bye. That was actually kind of weak.
Yeah.
That beer was good. I need another.